Excited. You've been waiting for it all summer. You've been working hard as an individual, and now during a training camp as a team. So, just excited to get out there and get going again.
How special is it to have 3 young guys making their debuts tonight?
It's awesome. Opening night makes you think back to your first game and how that was and how that was to experience, and it's a special day not only for you but for family and the people that's been with you. So obviously really happy for those guys, and they deserve it.
Do you watch, like Montreal played last night, obviously, do you watch them? Do you try to just leave it and stick to your normal routine?
I watched a little bit. Just you miss playing, but you've also missed watching hockey. So fun to watch. We'll catch a couple games, but for the most part, just trying to do your thing and get back to your routines and what you're used to do.
Yesterday, talked about the importance of not looking too far ahead and just going day by day. How big is that for this group to embrace this season?
It's huge. It's hard to say. We want to get off to a good start, but you gotta it's a long season. It's a lot of games. It's going to be a tight schedule this year. So for us, it's just about going day by day, game by game, looking to take steps during the season and put ourselves in a good spot come down the stretch. So it starts tonight. I think everyone's excited to get out there. We've been working really hard, and I like where we are as a team. So like I said, really excited to get out there.
And then the carpet walk too tonight. Obviously, you guys feel the fan base support. Can you just speak to the fan base's support since you've been a wing and what that's meant to this group and you?
A lot. Ever since my first year here, it's been unbelievable playing in front of these guys every night, and we haven't been performing at the level we've been wanting to for our fans, but they're unreal night in and night out, and that gives us that extra energy and extra boost. So excited to get out there, excited to feel the atmosphere, and it's going to be a fun night.
How did you find out that you were going to be wearing an A this season, and what did that mean to you?
Had a meeting with Todd. Obviously it's fun. It's exciting. It's an honor to be wearing that in an organization like Detroit. But it doesn't change a whole lot for me. I'm continuing to do what I do both on and off the ice. And you look around our locker room with all the leaders we have. It doesn't matter if you wear a letter or not. Everyone's leading and pushing this team forward in their own way. So, but like I said, obviously an honor and very exciting.
Todd, you've kind of alluded to it the last couple of days. I mean, little butterflies or something in your stomach today for an opener like this?
Always. You plan all summer, you go through training camp, try and get your or our team together and organized, and you really have nothing to base your judgments on. I call it evidence. That's why you play the games now, and the players give you evidence, and they give you a guideline as to where you take the group. Do we have to keep pounding some basics into them, or can we grow the team? And as we talked about yesterday, the first one's always a little unpredictable. Those nerves can get to you. You can overplay, you can underplay, but counting on the group to show up and put a good effort in.
Is that a message you share with the group, is to not overanalyze tonight, or how do you kind of go into tonight's game with that mentality?
Well, pregame, our meetings that we'll have in the evening here, we'll talk about simplicity. And like even this morning, we're out in pregame skate this morning. Everybody's overpassing. They're making nine different passes on a 2-on-1 and just dumping it in. Like, we can't play like that. We have to play a simple, direct game, especially early in a game, early in the season. Establish that first, and then the rest will come.
You're going for an opening night. You obviously don't have nearly as much film on an opposing team as you would in March or whatever. Do you base everything off what you saw last night? How much did you weigh things you already know about these players?
Well, Marty's been there for a number of years now, done a tremendous job. Their roster hasn't changed a whole lot. Every coach makes adjustments. Yes, we'll give them a pre-scout, and we have to try and create a picture of what it's going to feel like to play against the Canadians or the Leafs and any other team. But really, we can overcook that a little bit too, and it's a lot more about us and what we want to do and can we get to that quickly? Can we maintain it? Than really what they're doing.
What has been the advice or words for the three rookies going into tonight?
Simple, just play. We're not going to overburden them. There's enough nerves and anxiousness around. Their families are in. Game one, home opener, 100-year celebration. Like, there's a lot going on that they can get caught up in. The last thing they need is us in their ears. They've been around us now for almost a month. They know what they have to do, and they know how to do it, or they wouldn't be in the lineup. So we're just going to get out of the way, and hopefully they play, a fearless type game. They just go out and everything flows.
You talked the other day about kind of this franchise, the 100 years, kind of a respect for the history, and maybe even teaching some of the guys about it. Just kind of curious, do you have any? What comes to mind for you when you think of Del Vecchio? Just because of you guys gonna have the 10 on the 10's gonna be on the helmet.
Well, and I'm probably even dating myself in comparison to him. And when we were kids growing up, he was a dominant. But I was a young kid growing up, and back then we had 2 TV channels. We got to watch Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday night, and that was basically it. So if you happen to get a Red Wing game, Gordie Howe was from outside Saskatoon, so we got excited about that. And the Bentleys were from outside Saskatoon. So then you start following, certain players on certain teams, and the impact that Mr. DeVecchio had on the game at that point was significant. My memories of him are walking through the locker room in 05 and 08, and his presence, his willingness to share with the Hall of Famers, Steve, Nick Lidstrom. Like, he had a presence, he was willing to share, and when he walked in, he was proud of being a Red Wing. And those are my true memories of him.
Did you have a favorite player growing up like that? You kind of picked into that picture, and so it makes
well, Saskatchewan kid, kind of. I kind of idolized Brian Trottier when, that's me way back when. But I liked the way he played the game.
You said yesterday about maybe having some of the young guys on this team take a history class. Obviously, you coached guys like Nick Lidstrom and Nick Cronwall earlier in your coaching career when you were with the Red Wings. Have there been any maybe requests on your behalf for them to take a stroll through the dressing room, kind of in the same manner that Mr. Del Vecchio and Howe did, that you alluded to?
Yeah, and see, that's what's really unique about our environment here, our locker room. It's a real good. It's structurally set up really well. So when Nick Lidstrom and Nick Cronwell are around, just to use those two as an example, they flow through everywhere. They'll sit and have breakfast with the players in the breakfast room. So I don't have to request that. That just happens automatically, and they know they're welcome. We as coaches tap into their knowledge base. I sat with Nick Lidstrom. I know Trent Yanni did too, and Croner, and talked about playing some low 2-on-1s and positioning. Where would you put your stick here or there? It would be insane if we didn't ask them questions like that. Just for clarification for us, but then we can also pass it on to players. So yes, they are involved, but without request, it just happens.
And then obviously, people here have talked about so many young players coming in. Tonight being the home opener, there's going to be the opening ceremonies, the tribute for Mr. Del Vecchio, obviously. What is the message to the young players to not maybe get kind of caught up in all of the fanfare of opening night, and still focus that there's still 2 points on the line tonight?
Yeah, and it's not just the young players. It's Ben Sherratt and Dylan Larkin, who have played forever. Cam Talbot's 38 years old, and he's still going to get a little nervous. But the message to all of them is the simplicity thing that we talked about. We're not going to try and overcook things. We're going to try and get, win the first shift, win the second shift, make it to your second shift, and move on. So we're not going to make even more of an ordeal out of it. We'll just simply approach the game that way, and that's all we'll tell them.
As a head coach, you answer the big picture questions about the playoff drought a ton, but on this night where optimism on opening night is always sky high, why can this year be different? What gives you the most optimism about this group and trying to end that streak?
Well, for me, this is the first training camp that I've had with this group, and I think their attention and their work that they've put in throughout training camp allows them to have a bit of a foundation heading into the season. I don't know what it's been like in the past. I just know how it feels right now. And the simple fact that we've done that, it gives us a chance. If we failed to do that or establish a foundation, we would be in trouble. That foundation doesn't guarantee us anything. It doesn't guarantee us a playoff spot or anything, but it allows us to grow off of something. I think we've improved in some areas positionally. I think we've injected some energy into the lineup, some more pace and speed with some of the younger guys, but also some of the some of the older guys, Appleton and those type of players. We've had more of an opportunity to work on our structure. So do all those things add up to the end goal that you're talking about? We're going to find out in 190 days or whatever it is, but that's what we're working towards.
Are you going to go with Hamonic paired with Johansson?
We're going to go there to start, yeah.
I know Johansson can play left or right. I think last year he played mostly on the right side. Do you have a preference, or?
Well, anytime a D-man can stay home on his strong side, it's a lot easier and simpler for him. It just is. Passing angles and even protecting yourself against contact, it's easier to play there. The difficult thing is asking a D-man to play as offside, and not everybody can do that. Fortunately for us, Albert can, and he feels comfortable doing it, so we can move pieces around.
Todd, is that one area where it's still all kind of fluid a little bit? And I guess you kind of alluded to yesterday, all the pairings you're still kind of looking at a little bit.
Well, and lines too. We don't, as I said earlier, we don't have any evidence yet. We've got to take the test and find out where we're at, and then move accordingly.